Hey guys, Taro here, and today we are looking at a 1v1. Playing a few days spawning in the south, we have MrGhosty as the OKW, and his loader is Firestorm. Luftwaffe ground forces and special operations. Base air offensive in the north, we have WeX as the Soviets, who has mechanized support, guard motor coordination, and guard rifle combined arms. All three guards commanders. Guess what he's going to get? Actual rankings, MrGhosty around rank 60 OKW, I believe, and WeX around rank 100. WeX does have quite two other factions, 1v1 factions in top 50. So certainly capable of those higher ranks. Just doesn't actually have that many games as Soviets yet. It's going to be a tier 1 start. Double combat engineer into penal. Most common strategy we saw during GCS2 was penal, then scout car, then another penal. Put first penal in the scout car, try to get its damage done straight away. We'll see WeX. Looks like he sailed past the required resources for the M3, so looks like he's going to be going for another penal. Yeah, all crossing in the woods, so does leave the door open for some sniper action as a Soviet player. Not sure how WeX is with the snipers, but MrGhosty does have Luftwaffe ground forces available as a counter to the sniper, and actually during GCS qualifiers we saw Kimbo beat Love Nest on this very map. Love Nest sniper with that exact strategy. So for WeX against Love Nest sniper, you know it must be super effective. Penals do a really good job. They're coming around the long way, not charging across this into the Stern Pioneers, getting around the side of the cover. Stern Pioneers kind of unsure where to go, end up hiding behind the building here. Very close call. If he tries to charge out here with Stern Pioneers, who's going to win? Stern Pioneers have taken, you know, almost quarter health damage. If they're full health, they'll definitely win, but on that amount of health, it does make it quite dicey, and they're charging into heavy cover there as well. So the penals are not going to take too much damage as the Stern Pioneers approach. So it looks like he's deciding not to take that engagement. He's moving around now. Looks like they're coming out now. One model a little bit late coming around this corner. Closing the distance here. But Stern Pioneers maintaining their health. 4 models, less than half health. Finally dropping some models now, but the damage has been done. Eagles end up losing that engagement. If the Stern Pioneers had dropped a model or two earlier, it could have been a one engagement there. Penals, but it doesn't quite go the way. So it's going to be double fuel control from MrGhosty early here. M3 on the field though, heading over this way without even a unit inside it, going straight after the Stern Pioneers, wants to get some revenge. Trying to plant a mine, which might have come good eventually, but this is a treacherous retreat path. Looks like he's going to try to get the wipe, and there's nothing to stop him here, really. No tech structure down. And negative cover road here is going to be traversing. Should be able to secure the wipe. And there it is, down it goes. He takes a little bit of damage from the flak emplacement though. And there are 3 Volksgrenadiers in his retreat path here. He's got to be careful with it. Don't know if it can escape here. Especially with its rear armor showing. Take quite a lot of damage. Here he goes. He's trying to find a path without Volksgrenadiers in it to reverse through, but takes so much damage on the rear armor. Now the front armor is facing. It just took too much damage there. Nice work from MrGhosty, getting some revenge there. Still, losing the Stern Pioneers is more punishing than losing the M3. Obviously quite a lot more expensive. But at least he's defused the M3 threat. We have seen some players actually rebuild the M3. But the tech structure is down for MrGhosty, so Faust would be available. Using an incendiary grenade there. Try to speed up this engagement. That's the way engineers. He also getting some good damage in there. Could win this engagement if they get lucky as well. Incendiary grenade handily wins the engagement. Penals do end up losing there, dropping models quite early. Can control this fuel over here, dropping a mine down on it too, good idea. Looks like no healing yet for WeX, he's a bit strapped for manpower right now. So having seen these penals out on low health back onto the battlefield. Probably going to result in quite a lot of manpower bleed. And that's the thing with those incendiary grenades early. Even if they don't get the wipes early, if your opponent is, you know, strapped for manpower, can't afford to get the healing, eventually you'll convert that into manpower damage because they have to send those damage units back onto the battlefield. As we saw there, that squad ended up taking a lot of damage thanks to being low health to start off with. Drops 3 models there. So even though it doesn't directly convert there in the first engagement, because we're still early game before the healing comes online, does end up converting slightly later on in the match. Similar scenario here. Combat engineers on low health. Looks like maybe only in range of one model there. What you want to do in those scenarios is get your flame burst in, close the distance while the flame is on cooldown, get another flame burst in, close the distance while the flame is on cooldown, and then should be in range so that all the models are getting damaged by the flamethrower. Because heavy cover is not the same as buildings. Flamethrower is not going to damage all the units inside, or in the heavy cover, like it does with units inside buildings. So you've got to close the distance a little bit. So, you know, all you Dota players and whatnot will be aware of like attack cancelling to get the most out of your ranged unit. So that's what you need to do in those scenarios with the flamethrower to get the most out of it. Going for healing now. So he's going to delay the construction of his tier 3, so his T70 is going to be late. It's the decision he's made though, to go for healing instead of going for fast T70. And MrGhosty actually going for a very fast tier 4 here. Gone for special operations, even though he's gone for tier 4. Wants those infiltration grenades and the recon flares, I imagine. More grenades coming in here. This time not dodged. Quite a lot of damage, but he's got the healing at least, so they'll be able to heal back up. 34 doing some good work on the right hand side, but double fuel for WeX. He's been getting some mines down as well. Getting his tier 3 down now. As you can see, by the time the tier 3 is constructed, could have had the T70 in construction already. He's going to secure this engagement here for the Fox Grenadiers. If you didn't have the STGs, maybe the Penals could still win, but with the STGs, no chance. And he gets the wipe as well. Late retreat from WeX. That is bad news for him. And yeah, this is trouble for WeX now. Down one Penal. M3 didn't, like, it got the wipe, but died shortly thereafter. And gonna have a late T70. So MrGhosty can stay steady. He's on track for a good position with that fast tier 4. Usually this fast tier 4 play would be countered pretty heavily by fast T-70, exploiting all those weak resources invested into tech. Sentry grenade was still doing a little bit of damage there. And MG34 still on this flank, shuts down that assault. So WeX losing control of both the fuels. T-70 in production now. But he's very strapped for manpower, not going to be able to reinforce all these troops straight away.
Yes? You have a use for these scum?
T-70 coming in, but as you can see here, 40 fuel or so late. We've got a minute and a half later than it could have been if he skipped the healing, went for the faster tech. But of course then he wouldn't have had healing, so maybe he would have bled more manpower. It's tricky deciding when to get your healing as Soviets, especially when you've been suffering a lot of manpower bleed. Like, man, I really need the T-70, but I really need healing. It's a tough decision to make. Looks like he's trying to come in with a flank on the combat engineer, trying to get around that machine gun, but machine gun actually repositions here. Shut down that flank pretty effectively. Or maybe not, because the T-70 is coming in. Has to retreat the MG, so combat engineers get to stick around here. We're getting in production now for MrGhosty. Not going to say it's late. I mean, it is slightly late, but when you're going for those tier 4 tech rushes, sometimes that's the sacrifice you make. Slightly late raketing.
Battle damage estimates show the enemy at 300 points. Under attack!
To make sure your tech comes up quickly enough. Especially if you're on a map where getting your tech up in a good position, like say Fangenville, can really help you secure the fuel. Definitely a valid tactic. Man, he's trying to bait that T-70 sticking around. Oh, and he loses a squad because of it. T-70 snipes it off long range. Looks like he's a little bit upset about that too. Can understand. For double flamethrowers, so no minesweepers. Don't know if we've seen any mines planted by this rebuilt Stern Pioneer yet. He has to get out of there. So fuel has been denied to WeX for quite a long time. MrGhosty getting very close to a Panzer IV now. And once that happens, WeX is going to be in massive trouble. No tier 2 down, can't really go for resist that quickly. Got himself a squad of guards. Which is generally a pretty strong thing to do, but guards are not going to cut it against the Panzer IV. But maybe all the mines that WeX has been laying will slow down the progress of the Panzer IV, give them a little bit of time to field a proper counter to the Panzer IV once it's field. Certainly doing some good damage. Hit 2 already. MG's still locking down this flank very effectively. It's got the Raketin nearby, the machine gun as well. It's a good combination. T-70 wants to come over here, force us away because obviously it's shutting down the flanks very effectively, but Raketin nearby, that's not really possible. Raketin now though, rotating, trying to find the T-70. As for finally in production for MrGhosty. A little bit late. So we hear the resources for a little bit earlier than this, but not too bad on the timing. Connects. T-70's pulling back for repairs now.
Panzer IV deployed.
And Panzer IV hitting the field. This is what Mr. Ghosty's been waiting for. This is his big power spike now. And yeah, the counter assists are just not there for WeX. Got one squad with PTRs in the form of the guards. Oh, combat engineers! Oh, combat engineers! Late retreat. Oh, just disappears into the fog of war in time. That was so close. Here comes T-70. There's a mine here, and the squad... Oh, hits it now. T-70 not quite so safe. That mine gets detonated. T-70 shot scatters and actually reveals the Raketen there. Doing a little bit of damage to it. Panzer IV still playing very conservatively. Stern Pioneers with the sweepers not on the front lines right now. Looks like WeX gonna field himself and Su-76 to try and keep this Panzer IV at bay. That's probably a pretty good idea. You see it doesn't have a tier 2 down. Panzer IV's getting some big damage in though. Comes Su-76 having some pathing issues, trying to come around on that building. But T-70 does find that machine gun on the flank. Undefended Raketen and Panzer IV on the other side. Good work from WeX spotting the opportunity and capitalising on it. Doesn't have a four-man squad nearby to steal it though. Su-76 also rotated in anticipation of the Panzer IV coming over to try and deal with T-70. And this Su-76 just pumping away at the Panzer IV. Some really nice damage. Oh man, T-70 is going to go in for the wipe here. Panzer IV's backed away quite far. And he gets the wipe. Oh, now main gun destroyed. Looks like he's not going to chase in after it. But very well played by WeX there with these two light vehicles, spotting the opportunities and capitalizing on them. Making use of the recon/secure mode here as well.
Standing by.
And he's going to be able to steal the machine gun with this penal. Finally got over here. So now MrGhosty in big trouble. Looks like he's going to go for another tank though. Second squad of guards for WeX. Upgrading one of them with DPs, so we'll have button available.
Panzer IV ready.
B4 back here needs repairs, but with two Panzer IVs, he could very easily overwhelm WeX's position. Just needs to catch the Su-76 out of position slightly, not run over any mines, and very easily just win the game in one assault with those two Panzer IVs. T-70 in here doing some good damage, trying to sneak it with the Raketen. It does, connects nicely there. But the T-70's already done so much damage to these two squads, the guards should be able to win the engagement. Oh, here comes a grenade to turn it around. Building a squad of Obers now. Should be able to duke it out with the guards a lot more effectively. Does have just enough munitions to upgrade them with the LMGs. Probably still needs one more squad of Volksgrenadiers as well. Just for threat of the Faust. A bit more capping power. Doesn't really need another Raketen right now because he's got the two Panzer IVs, has the armor advantage, and because WeX had such poor fuel control for so long, still quite far away. be able to field another, to be able to field a medium tank at least. Still go for another SU-76, which is actually probably a fair idea right now. Well, he pops a button. Panzer IV in a little bit of trouble here. Second Panzer IV not reacting. Doesn't back it away very far. Panzer IV now rotating round. Oh, he's going to lose his Raketen here. Looks like MrGhosty's micro letting him down here. And now he's in the exact right position for his SU-76 to destroy his second Panzer IV. Should have known the exact positioning of the SU-76. Kitten gets stolen as well. Oh man, this is going so poorly for MrGhosty. Things turning around for WeX here. Just his control of these Panzer IVs has been not very impressive. Taking a little bit too much damage from the SU-76, and just because he didn't really make a big impact with the two Panzer IVs when his opponent didn't really have enough anti-tank to counter it, the window might have closed now because Raketen has switched sides. Got another squad of guards on the field now as well. The opportunity for these Panzer IVs to dominate the battlefield might have closed. So he's going to bring them over here, try and knock out this T-70. Blitzing in with one. Takes with the first shot. SU-76 is kind of close by. Panzer IV needs one more shot, but he kind of stopped there. And he doesn't secure the kill. T-70 pops recon mode. Should be able to spot this incoming Panzer IV. Maybe not. This was actually on hold fire. Didn't shoot. Mine goes down. Panzer IV not chasing in though. Threat of the guards from the side with the button makes him hesitant. And once again, WeX escapes. SU-76 coming back in now, trying to stay at long range. With the sight provided by his infantry, inflict some damage onto these Panzer IVs again. Squad goes in for a cut-off attempt, but gets shut down by the tech structure. But Raketen is there now in support of the SU-76, and the Panzer IVs are once again very heavily wounded. Panzer IV is going in here. SU-76 backing away. Panzer IV not going in aggressively enough. Now he does. And secures a kill, but Raketen is right there. The Blitz saves the day, just clears the arc of the Raketen, and now that gets overturned. Only squad nearby that could crew it is the Obers, unless he waits for these Volksgrenadiers to come over. It looks like he's going to crew it with the Obers. That's going to be expensive. Oh, and he could lose his Obers! Oh my god, the penals are there! Not even penals. Penals on a team weapon. T-70 is coming in to try and stop the regathering, but looks like it's going to make it away. T-70 missing those shots. There's the corner. Guards capping though on the left. In exchange for Volksgrenadiers on the far right. Third Panzer IV for MrGhosty. He does have double Sternpioneers, so he's got enough repairs to maintain two tanks, and knocking out the SU-76 was a big blow to WeX. Was nicely vetted up. Hasn't put down his tier 4 tech either, so he's going to go for another SU-76. Oh, and that's going to be a wipe. Late retreat. Crossing the river there, very treacherous. Remember, small arms fire. I think it does 1.5 times damage, I think it is. More dangerous than roads, at the very least, crossing the river. Small arms fire. Less damage from explosives, but more damage from small arms. Panzer IV getting some good damage done. Second one arriving, that's the fresh one. Third one just completed repairs, so this is a perhaps critical mass of Panzer IVs. WeX in trouble here. But there are a few mines down, and that could turn things around. So Panzer IVs want to go in with the recon. They see that nothing's backing up this Su-76, but the mine is there. Detonates one of the Panzer IVs. Unable to chase. Oh man, could lose his penal. He loses the penal too. Oh no, he had sight. Can't cap any further. Tier 4 is there. So Su-76 and a penal goes down. That was a very costly engagement for WeX. Still, MrGhosty doesn't actually have that much in terms of capping power. Let's have that mine. He spotted that mine earlier being planted, but might have forgotten about it by now. I probably would have. And there he goes. Hits the mine. The other Panzer IV did get its repairs completed. The Su-76 is there, so are the penals to provide a bit of zoning. More mines going down. Su-76 takes one shot from the Panzer IV. Panzer IV trying to blitz, going after T-70. He really hates that T-70. Got so many wipes. Su-76 now in a good position to take out the damaged engine Panzer IV though. Panzer IV misses that shot. Definitely a miss micro with this damaged engine Panzer IV. Shouldn't have been sending it in here. Su-76 misses two shots in a row though. Could open up the door for an escape. Oh, but the Panzer IV misses again. Down it goes. Oh, but the guards in a tricky spot. What's he doing with his Su-76? Bringing him way too close here. But the Panzer IV missing there. I think that was an attack ground attempt. And button and marked vehicle force the Panzer IV's back. Kind of lucky that Su-76 could be dead by now if all those shots are connected, but not super lucky because a lot of the shots were on the move. Panzer IV at a long range. But it is conceivable that the Su-76 could be dead right now, and if that was the case, WeX might have been out of this game, but it's not the case. Su-76 Vet 2. So very dangerous now for these Panzer IVs. Haven't replaced the veterancy mod since the map patch, because there's that micro patch supposed to be happening, which would have reset it again. I believe this is when it gains the bonus.
You are showing weakness. We are down to 75 points.
Ready to fight. Oh my god, these obers. Late retreat. Vet 3 T-70, the hero T-70. Chasing around the corner, and he gets it right before he has to abandon the chase in front of the tech structure. Panzer IV is getting aggressive. There's another mine down here though. One of them hits Vet 4. They're dishing out to these combat engineers, and they secure the wipe there. Willing to sacrifice his combat engineers to allow damage on the Panzer IVs, stop them from getting aggressive.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Bringing over the sweepers here, spotting these mines. WeX now on the drain, 60 or so VPs left. Suffered a lot of manpower bleed, hasn't been able to afford another tank. Another Su-76 would really bolster his attack here. We'll be able to take out the Panzer IVs much more effectively. In fact, one of them runs over a mine. He had the sweepers over here just before. And I think he spotted that. WeX could now secure the kill on both of these Panzer IVs. Penal's going to try provide the vision so the SU-76 can shoot long range. There is a Rakit nearby, but that's going to get spotted by the T-70. So it's not going to be able to help. These Panzer IVs could both go down to the SU-76 here. Down goes the Rakitten. This Panzer IV bouncing that shot, and it allows it to complete the repairs, remove the engine damage. SU-76 barrage coming in now. Doing a little bit of damage. Rakitten gets regathered. This thing's been trading sides of the net like a tennis ball. And dishing it out straight away to that Panzer IV. One shot from death here. SU-76 secures the kill. P4 goes down. P4 coming in from the side now. One to get revenge on popping the blitz. Pretty good control of the SU-76 so far, and down it goes. Vet 5 Panzer IV now. Super strong. Keeping this in here. In risky scenarios, but WeX has really microed that T-70 effectively. 45 kills on that bad boy. 37 though for the Panzer IV. Playing a little bit conservatively with the Panzer IV here for threat of, you know, maybe a fresh SU-76, which as we can see it is in production. Looks like he wants to go for the white, perhaps not though. And your opponent's willing to like leave units around as you're hitting retreat. It makes you think, well, are they trying to bait me for something to arrive here, which is not quite the case here, but could have been. She seems it's only hitting the field now. Another Panzer IV for MrGhosty. Oh man, but this could be trouble. Panzer IV on low health. SU-76 is there. Needs to blitz it out of there. Late reaction. Looks like it's going to get away to safety. Unless the SU-76 can get a miracle shot. Doesn't happen. Now P4 chasing in, but the Rakitten is there. Camouflage. Not getting shot until now. SU-76 missing that shot. P4's going to have to get out of there. Rakitten misses that. This one almost back up to full. Double stern pioneers. I think they're, yeah, both with the sweep upgrades. Super quick repairs. T-70, this thing just won't stop. It's been making the most of that T-70 for sure. Very aggressive use and good preservation on it. 47 kills. It's in a race with that Panzer IV. Who can have the most kills at the end of the game? On whole fire there. It's accidental. And they're vetting it up. Panzer IV could go down here to the SU-76. No. Just secures the kill. Just not enough damage from the SU-76. Man, that was a close call though. Who was that flare from? That was his flare. It wasn't even that deep in enemy territory. Trying to salvage this. Oh my god. Takes so much manpower damage. Got the blasting on here. Rakitten doing some good damage. Rakitten can't connect with one more shot though. Panzer IV does get away. The VPs have been in the control of WeX for quite some time. He's rapidly been turning it around. And these Obers are just bleeding. Hasn't had the munitions for machine gun upgrades. And in those scenarios with no weapon upgrades, you're better off getting fault streamers. Obers without the LMG. Oh my god! Ambitious play there. And the Rakitten secures the kill. Complaining about luck. But he was kind of doing some risky maneuvers, repairing in the front lines. Could have backed it away to base like this one. Would have been quite safe. And some ambitious play there by WeX, you know, pushing that up. Finding the Panzer IV. Managed to secure the kill and wins the game on the back of it. MrGhosty really only has himself to blame here. I think his Panzer IV control this game wasn't very strong. Building the Obers, just, yeah, without the LMG upgrades, just a terrible idea. Better to get Volksgrenadiers, they're cheaper to reinforce, can threaten the Faust on these light vehicles. But yeah, solid play from WeX after a very tough position to be in. Just grinds his way back into the game. Very good controllers, T70 as well. I'll wrap on that, guys. If you like your game to be cast by me, details in the video description below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all for the next thrilling installment. Goodbye and good luck.